I fixed one thing in my cold email message copy and it completely changed the way I went from booking calls and signing customers. I used to be able to just send out a decent amount of cold emails, 1,000 or 2,000 every single day, and book out calls, but that drastically came to a huge halt after I pretty much burned through a lot of the fintech market in the online space. And it wasn't until I positioned my copy a little bit differently until I really started getting good results. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly my step 2 copy on instantly. So this is one of the follow-ups. It's not the main copy that I have for the first message. And I'm going to be explaining to you why this copy converts very well, how you can literally copy and paste this for your own niche or your own industry or your own space and use this as help. Okay, my name is Thomason. I own a multi-six-figure-year marketing agency that just says cold email for B2B software companies. You guys can check out my company website down below. It's createmrr.com. Case studies, testimonials, things like that. If you're a software company, you can hire us. We're pay per results. You just cover your first 5 up front, first 5 meetings booked up front, that is, and the software cost. Okay, so as you can tell here, the subject line, we're using the subject line for the previous email, which is a quick idea for company name. And in this copy, I'm very, very, very specific with what I'm saying. I'm saying, hello name, hope everything's going well. I've been installing a simple cold email outreach system in fintech companies to consistently book the meetings with ideal prospects without hiring a massive SDR team or running paid ads, okay? Notice how I structured this first sentence. It's, hey, here's what I do and who I help, hence why I'm reaching out, which is your company, fintech. Fintech, it's aligned, makes sense, cool. To consistently book meetings, again, desired result, I'm talking about what they want the most. Then I'm giving them 2 without. So I'm saying without, hiring a massive SDR team or running paid ads, which will put you thousands of dollars in the gutter every single month with possible minimum returns, okay? And so I'm saying the only catch here is that you cover the software cost and a handful of meetings up front. That way we know you're serious. And then I say, can I send over a short 4-minute explainer video breaking down the process? Now, the reason why I'm comfortable showing YouTube this copy of my messages and how this one converts well is because I'm not showing you the full funnel. Obviously, I'm giving you a breakdown of what the initial copy looks like in terms of the follow-up, but I'm not like showing you my entire business model or anything like that. So I'm comfortable giving this away. Now, the short 4-minute video, the way I structure, the way I show some of the inner circle guys who come from this YouTube channel who hit me up on Instagram and say, hey, I want some extra help, and I give them some extra help. The way I structure this video is extremely important. I do it because I break beliefs. I have a paper results document that I go over that's right here. I talk about how I launch the campaigns, create the campaigns, handle the lead flow, everything like that. I have a software stack link that they reference as well. And I basically tell them what the offer is and how they can get started. It's very attractive. Everybody likes it because they just cover the first 5 booked meetings up front, then the software costs. In total, it comes down to about, I think, $1,200, $1,200 to $1,400 a month to start is what I'd say. And then from there, it's like recurring is like $600 to keep going. Okay. So it's very, 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 very straightforward. This email, I want you guys to replicate for your own campaigns, no matter the niche or the space you're in. And the reason being is because if you can have a 4-minute video that you can get prospects to pretty much opt into, all of these prospects are responding back to this cold email saying, yes, I want to learn more. Yes, send it over. The entire thing is they're going to watch it and they're going to potentially want to A, book in a call, or B, just pay me right there on the spot. This is what has happened for the past campaigns we've done on this account for the past month or so, okay? What's extremely important about this campaign, as you can tell, we're not getting crazy reply rates, a little under 1%, which is fine. I send over 1,000 cold emails a day, so it's okay. I'm not too worried about it. I know volume negates luck, especially the cold email. But the opportunities, they're warm opportunities, and they're opportunities that are looking to get started. So I'll just give you one right here. This is Justin, okay? That being said, we can look over here. We can copy and paste his company right here, his company name. We can look up his website and see who they are, okay? So they're dealing with capital markets, okay? They're kind of like a cash, sort of like growth fintech, okay? So this is one of the fintech companies that positive reply to the cold email. This is the other one. So again, we launched these campaigns today and we had 2 positive responses, and what we'll probably do is sign one of them within the next 48 hours, I'd assume, okay? So again, fintech for better outcomes and for advisors. So I'm sure they have some sort of, looks like financial planning tool for, I don't know, businesses, accountants, CFOs, something like that. So again, these are not the craziest looking softwares. Fulfillment is a completely different deal of how we fulfill for them and get them booked calls, because it's not that easy. But what I wanted to show you guys here is that the opportunity for the market and to book out calls for fintech companies and other companies, like fintech's just one space, I deal with other spaces as well. The opportunity here is crazy. There are so many companies out here that are waiting to get reached out to from people like you who are service providers that are maybe not that good at, well, hopefully you're good at what you do, but you're maybe not like insanely good at what you do, where you can charge like a $5,000 a month retainer, to where you can bring them good results. They're just waiting for people like you to build out a service for them to be able to do this. And you can tell, I just sent out 4, I haven't even started the second sequence. The second sequence hasn't even started sending yet. This is just the first sequence, the first message. Only sent 436. We got under 1% that replied, okay? 2 of those were like out of office emails or not interested, I believe. And then the other 2 were these 2 fintech companies. This is what happens when you have clear messaging, you have a clear outcome, and you have a very clear offer. And so I'd assume, I can do the math myself on any cold email campaign. If I send anywhere from, I would say 1,000 to 3,000 cold emails, I'm signing a customer up front for $625 or $750. The pricing kind of depends per industry and things like that, okay? But I can predictably say, hey, if I get a good lead list and I send 1,000 to 3,000 emails, or around that range, something like that, maybe a little bit more, give or take, I can predictably sign a customer, okay? So then the math becomes, how do you do this at scale? And the scalability looks like this. The scalability is not that hard either. Although you're only getting paid a minimum for upfront, you still have a decent amount of revenue that's being collected up front. So let's say, just for like simple purposes, you have 2,000 cold emails that are sent daily, okay? And you know that after every 4,000 cold emails, you can sign 1 customer, okay? So that means over the course of a week, which is 7 days, okay? 7 times 2,000 is gonna be 14,000. And so from here, if you're sending 14,000 cold emails over the course of a week, you say you can basically sign 3 customers at this total amount of cold emails that are sent. So it's 4, 8, 12,000 emails will land you 3 customers. That's 3. And let's just say, you have a bad conversion rate. We'll keep it at 3. We're not gonna say 4. So if you're signing 3 customers up front, they prepay for the first couple of demos, I don't know, $625, $750. We can do the math right there, right? This is what's going to be per week. All right. Now here's where the magic plays, okay? This was from completely cold audiences. These people don't know who you are, and they just handed you almost $1,000. That's pretty good in my book, especially if they have no clue who you are. You didn't run them through any sort of social funnel. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. The real revenue comes from this, guys. 30 days down the line, after you've given them, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 calls, whatever it is, whatever you promised and whatever they paid for up front, after you give them those calls, you upsell them to a $1,500 or $2,500 a month retainer. You do this like 10 times a month. And you can do the math right here. You're signing 3 customers a week. There's 4 weeks in the month. That's 12 customers a month. So that's 12 customers, okay, per month. Just follow me here. This is the math that I'm doing. And let's just say 10 convert after 40 days of work, after you've booked them calls, and they convert to $1,500 a month retainers, okay? Let's just say on the low end. You just stacked $15,000 in monthly recurring revenue during that time period. That is insane. This is all from cold email. Because you are simply doing one thing very, very, very well. Service delivery is the main thing you're doing well, but offer positioning is the second thing. We're only getting our software costs back when we initially sign these customers at $625 or $750. You're not collecting that much cash. You're maybe earning a couple grand here, a couple grand there. That's not that much. The real money comes in after you sign those 12 customers, you give them great results. Let's say maybe 2 churn and 10 convert at that 40 or 50 day mark for $1,500 a month. And you can even do them for a 6-month term, which is what a lot of agencies do. So you just locked in literally over 6 figures a year of revenue a month, or 6 figures a year of revenue. And you did that over the course of literally a month and a half. This is the potential for cold email, what I see. This is where I see the space going. But unfortunately, here's what happens. This is where shit hits the fan. Right here, guys. I really want you to pay attention to me because I've been in this game for a while. I'm not talking out of my ass. This is where shit hits the fan. It's in those 30 days, how you deliver those booked calls. If expectations aren't met, and if you do a terrible job, like 95% of the marketing agencies out here, you will not survive. If you have bad service delivery, I don't care how good your acquisition is, I don't care how fast you can sign a customer. If you have bad service delivery, it is only a matter of time before you go out of business. Other businesses in that space will talk about you. You will get de-recommended. You'll get reverse word of mouth, and you will just look like a complete scam of the internet, okay? This is why service delivery is so important. In those 30 days, you have to book them a good amount of calls, the promised amount of calls, even over deliver them, okay? This is what you have to do. So those 12 customers, maybe 2 go away, whatever, for other reasons, but those 12 customers turn into 9, 10, 11, whatever it is, retainers that then pay you an accumulate, what's the right word? We'll just go with this word, that pay you a consistent amount of money month over month for the next upcoming months. This is how it goes. So ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what I do with my current cold email campaigns. I wanted to show you guys some results and how easy it is to sign customers and get in front of people. It's not hard at all. Don't overcomplicate cold email. Stop signing or stop trying to sell $2,000 a month retainers off the bat in a cold email form. It just doesn't work. Okay, people don't trust you. People don't care who you are. You have to charge a lower up front just to get your foot in the door. Then from there, you can say, okay, now I'm going to charge you this after I give you these amounts of calls. Trust is built. It's better for business. And if you want to be around long term, this is really what matters. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take it easy.